Good morning, everybody. It's Mrdothemath, and today we're going to talk about solving two-step equations. Before we solved equations by either one step, either by multiplying to both sides and we have our variable, or subtracting, or adding, or dividing. All right. So today, two steps means that we're going to take two steps. There's two stops in order to find out what our variable is. All right. Before we go there, the first thing you want to do is like two steps. Here's your two steps. Alright, the first step is to, you got to get rid of, alright, so you got to move the addition or the subtraction, right? Addition or the subtraction. Subtraction, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add or subtract the number to both sides to get the x by itself, right? That's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to add or subtract to get by itself. And then after that, this goes on your lines, and then after that you're either going to multiply or divide whichever number is connected to the variable. Alright, so that's the coefficient, the number connected to the variable. Okay? The first thing you're going to do in a two-step equation is either add or subtract the solid number away from the variable, and then after that you're going to either have to multiply or divide. Remember, it's the inverse operation. Multiply or divide the number that's connected to the variable or the coefficient. Okay? So, here we go. Problem 1. Let's see. 2x plus 9 equals 17. Okay? 2x plus 9 equals 17. Alright? The first thing you want to do is move the addition or subtraction. So, the first thing we're doing is we're isolating the variable. In order to get him alone, we got to move this 9. Because this is plus 9, what's the inverse?
Negative.
Subtract. Negative. So we got to subtract 9 to both sides, right? We subtract 9 to both sides. So 9 minus 9 is 0. We bring this 2x down. And so we're going to have 17 minus 9, which is 8. Alright? So, step 1. We moved over. We subtracted. This one we had to subtract. Step 2, we're going to either multiply or divide. 2x is what? Is that multiplication or division?
Multiplication.
It's multiplication. So the inverse would be what?
Division.
So we would divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 2.
That's 4.
So x equals 4.
We used to do that.
Good. I know. Okay, good. So you got it.
Yeah, my teacher didn't teach it like that though. My teacher, we taught you.
Y'all, you get this stuff? Y'all got this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so you get x equals 4. I can't see. You can't see? Bam. Alright, let's look at number 2. Let's do number 2. Alright, number 2. Alright, negative 4 y minus 1 equals negative 9. Oh, this is beautiful. Alright? First thing you want to do is get this variable alone. So you're either going to add or subtract. Which one are you going to do?
Subtract.
You gonna add.
You going to add?
It's supposed to reverse it.
Reverse it. So what's the reverse?
Subtract.
Minus 1 to both sides.
Oh, I thought you said minus.
Nah. Nope.
Subtract 1 to both sides. Alright? So this is 0. And we got negative 9 minus 1.
10.
Negative 8.
Negative 10.
Same sign, adding
key.
different signs. Negative who?
Negative 10.
Yeah, good job. And now you go.
She
Negative
said
10.
10 at first.
Good. Negative 10. And then you're going to bring this negative 4y down. Alright? So, first thing we did was we added. Well, we subtracted, I'm sorry. We subtracted 1 to both sides, right? The next step is to multiply or divide. Because you got this negative 4 times y, what's the inverse of that? What's the inverse? Yeah. So it's what?
10 minus.
No, right here. It's negative 4. Negative 4 times y. What's the inverse of times?
Division.
Yeah. So you're going to divide negative 4 to both sides. We're dividing negative 4 to both sides. Okay? So this becomes 1. Y equals what? Talk to me.
2.
Positive 2.5. Right? 5 over 2. Right? 2.5. Good.
Same thing.
Either one of those. We good with that?
Yeah.
Y'all like that?
Yep.
Two-step equations. 2 steps. Subtraction or addition,
We did this last.
division or multiplication, and you're done. Okay?
We did this in 7th grade, 8th grade. We didn't do nothing.
Every master, we do the same thing.
Good. All right,
We
so
ain't doing none of this.
y'all ready for it to get more complicated, right?
No.
I'm just saying. Every grade,
Keep it nice and simple, but let me pass.
I'm teaching. I don't even know why I'm
That's all I need.
Well, we're not talking about that no
That's
more.
why I don't get it.
All right, so you gonna get it now. All right, here we go. Let's look at this one. A over 3 minus 5 equals -7. All right. Tell me, Miss, I don't get it now. What's the first thing I do?
Jealous.
Yeah, but you don't get it. Good. Plus 5. That's right? Why did you add 5, Miss? I don't get it.
Because you gotta do the opposite.
Yes. You gotta do the opposite. So you're gonna get A over 3 equals
-2.
-2. Different signs subtract. Good.
Oh.
Alright, now, either you're going to multiply, divide. Now, Dawn,
You gonna multiply?
because you got A divided by 3, what's the inverse? Say it louder. Yeah, you gotta multiply. Multiply what?
Oh, I know.
Yes, multiply 3 to both sides. Very good. Multiply 3 to both sides. You good? You with me?
Oh.
Alright, so that becomes 1. A equals 2 times 3, which is
-6.
-6.
I got that one.
You got it.
Now I'm getting the hang of it.
You get a hang of it? I love hearing that. Alright? Let's make it a little harder. Alright, what if I have, well let's do one more like that, right? Here we go. X over 6 minus 4 equals 16. Alright? Plus 4 equals 16. Alright, here we go. Brandon, what's the first thing I do right here? Subtract what?
2 numbers.
Yeah, what? Give me one number to subtract.
4.
Yes. Why did you subtract? Yes, you do.
Who left?
Exactly. Good job, man. Because this is plus, in order to move it across this equal sign, you got to subtract. Good job, man. So we're gonna have x over 6 equals 16 minus 4. 12. Right? Now, Angel, what's the next thing I do here? Step 2. Either I multiply or divide. Multiply or divide. Multiply what?
Oh, you said
6. Good. Very good. Why did you multiply 6 and not divide 6? Exactly. It's the opposite of division. So that becomes 1. And x equals 12 times 6, which is what?
72.
72. You good?
I got that one.
You got that one too? Cool. All right. So now let's take it all the way to high school now, right? We're in high school now,
We're not
right?
in, this not high school.
We in middle school.
Here we go. Here's your new problem. X plus 6 all over 2
All over 2.
equals 5.
Oh, I get it.
All right, y'all see that?
Yeah.
X over 6 all over 2. X plus 6 all over 2 equals 5. All right. Now, you know how to do this? Cam, what do we do?
No, you have to make 6 to x on 1. You have to do the x plus 6 plus the x, and you have to divide it by 2.
Yeah, you do, but you can but there's another way you can do that.
Oh, so what did it be? I'm lost.
Deshaun, what's up? What was you thinking? You don't know? All right, what's up, Cam?
What'd you do about the 6 by 2 then? Do 12.
I mean, you could, and then make it really, really long, right? Here's a simpler way to do it, right? So what you could do is get rid of this denominator. So in this particular problem, write this down in your section. First thing you want to do is get rid of denominator. Get rid of the denominator. I'm glad you asked. Multiply both sides by 2.
That makes sense.
Alright? Multiply both sides by 2. Now when you multiply both sides by 2, that means this becomes this just becomes x plus 6 now.
Yeah.
So now it's just 6.
And then that equals 10.
So now
Right?
Oh, so we just subtract 6 from it?
Yeah, then you just go, Then you just subtract 6 from both sides.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm going to
X equals what?
4. That's easy. I knew it.
Good.
I need a round of
So
applause.
this we'll call this step King 0. Yeah, did y'all used to do
No.
like play games and in
My teacher
No.
playground? You have
Our teachers was poor.
Boring and
we ain't talking about teachers. All right, so good. All right, let's see if we can make it. So like y'all like that though, right? It's not.
Yeah,
that
that's
bad.
cool. That's cool. That's cool.
It's cool.
All right, so let's make it even more advanced, just for that. All right, here we go. All right. You might not see this on the test, but I just want to show you, right? So what if I do? What if we do this problem? Y minus 7 over 3 equals. Let's see. Let's make this 5 over 6, right? 5 over 6. All right. All right. So for this step, for this one, you have to add an even extra step, right? The first thing, we want to get rid of the denominators, but we got two denominators. We got two different denominators, right? We got two different denominators, all right? So we have to get rid of a common denominator, right?
I ain't good.
Oh, so you said.
I ain't
So
been
you
doing
times
it.
the 3 by 2 because it would be
By 2.
Wait, this one? No.
Don't get out of here.
We're going to multiply by the common denominator. So for here, King 0 is, you're going to multiply by the common denominator, right? Least common denominator.
I was never good.
All right, so the least common denominator here is what? Between these is what?
It's 3. You said 3 is 3.
Three's not a multiple of 6.
18. 18.
2 is not a multiple of,
18.
no, you gotta go up.
18.
12?
Yeah.
18?
Yeah, 12.
What about 6?
I was just gonna say that.
6. Right, so the LCD here is 6. So if you multiply everything by 6 here, right? You can reduce all of this stuff, right? So here, let's go, let's distribute. Right, bam, bam, bam. Just so everybody can see it. So 6 times y is what? 6y. 6 times 7?
42.
All and like these are over 3, right? Equals 6 times 5?
30.
30 over 6. Alright, now let's simplify all of these. Right? Alright, here we go. Simplify. That's the next thing you do. Simplify. Alright, so 6 over 3? See it? 2. So you got 2y. 42 divided by 3? We just had this earlier.
I know that.
I don't know.
14. Very good. Minus 14 equals 30 divided by 6.
That's 5.
5. Very good. 5, right? So then, now we can go to it. Like, then we can solve, right? Here we go. Number 2. We're gonna add or subtract. Add. What are we adding?
14 both sides.
There you go. Add 14 to both sides. So you're gonna get 2y equals 19. Then are you?
19. I thought you got
You divide by 2. Good. Divide, right? By 2. Y equals what?
8.
9.5.
9.5. Good.
That was actually like when you put the 6 up there, that was the easiest one.
For real? Cool. Alright, so again, for these are the more complicated, right? This is like the high school level right here, right? So you're gonna multiply by the common denominator. In these particular problems, the common denominator is gonna be 2. So because you only got one denominator, right? And you go both ways. Do it on both
The one
sides.
that we just did, that was, I get it.
You get it? I'm so glad you get
It's the
it.
same thing.
Yes.
At first, this stuff was confusing.
But it's not no more, right?
They still in. We passing our homework.
Alright, so yeah, of course you got homework, right? Alright, but let me sign off though. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you got any questions, comment below. Say it with me. Mr. Mrdothemath
Is out.